Hey guys, it's Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth, and today is Monday, December 22nd, 2014. I'm here for my week 35 post-op update, and I'm seeing all this weird little baby hair growing back in. I guess that's a good thing. It does grow back. Anyway, I started this process almost exactly a year ago. It'll be a year on, I think, January 6th. So at that time, I was at my highest weight, which was 402 pounds. I had surgery on April 14th, 2014 at Kaiser South Bay. At that time, I weighed 360.6 pounds. Last week, I weighed 244.4 pounds. And today, I weighed 240.8 pounds. So that's a 3.6 pound loss this week, which is the biggest loss that I've had in a while. 119.8 pounds since surgery and 161.2 pounds since I started this a year ago. 161 pounds in a year. Crazy. So what's different this week with food and exercise? I don't know. I feel like I've gotten back on track the last couple days, but earlier in the week, I was definitely having a problem with food, just having cravings and all different kind of things that I'll talk about in a little bit. But one thing, and I posted this on Facebook, that I started doing, 4 or 5 days ago, is I read this article that said that the little mice who did not eat for 12 hours, so fasted for 12 hours, had less fat and were at a lower body weight than the other little mices who had access to food 24 hours a day. So I'm a huge nighttime eater. That's like a really tough time for me. And I don't even just mean like nighttime when I'm watching TV. I mean like I go to bed, I wake up in the middle of the night. Almost, I think I've talked about it before, almost like sleep eating. That's gotten better, but I'll go to bed and I will not be hungry and I will want to eat whatever there is here to eat. And because my son's home for the holidays, there's like a lot more things to eat than there usually are that might tempt me at, at midnight. So I did, and the other thing is these mice were on the same amount of calories. Didn't matter if they were a high-fat diet, a high-sugar diet, didn't matter. But the mice who fasted for 12 hours were lower body weight and lower fat. So if it works for the mices, I figured I'd give it a shot. And it really does seem to be working. So I will not eat anything with calories. So I can drink water or tea or something like that. Whatever time, if I haven't eaten dinner tonight yet at 7 o'clock, I will probably eat after I make this video. So it'll be like 8 o'clock when I finish my last meal of the day. And so I won't eat again until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's a little tough. I mean, I know because I tend to eat a little bit later. And I work out early in the morning, so the last few times I've worked out, I haven't eaten before I worked out. And I totally have the energy to do it, but I'm usually freaking starving by the time I'm done. But this is the biggest loss that I've had in a really long time. And I don't know if it's because I'm doing what the mice were doing, or if it's because by doing that, I'm cutting down on my nighttime eating. I don't know. But it's a good thing. Exercise is going insanely great. I really, this is a huge NSV. I love to work out. Not on my own. I probably wouldn't do it on my own, but going to see my trainer. And it's gotten even better since my stepdaughter, I got her that for Christmas to go do training with me. Since she's been going, so there's a little competitive spirit. He's not like so hyper-focused just on me and the time seems to go by faster, but I just really love the way I feel when I'm done and I am feeling super strong. I did, however, make the mistake of telling him that I was going to join Melly May on her challenge to do a 2-minute plank by Valentine's Day, and so now he's making me plank like every 5 minutes. Whatever. But I just feel super strong, and I noticed today I was shaving my legs, which I have been able to do easily for a long time. But what I noticed today was, holy cow, I have like some serious calf muscles. I can feel my calf muscles. earlier today, I was just sitting there talking to my son, and I felt my like arm, and it wasn't. It's all flabby on the bottom, but on the top, it's like, wow, that's like a muscle, and I'm not even trying. That's kind of cool. So I am probably stronger than I've ever been in my life because I have never in my life worked out for this long. So that's good. It's really awesome, and I think it's because I haven't taken my measurements in a long time, but I think for sure I've been losing a lot of inches because I feel like my clothes sizes are changing pretty fast when there hasn't been a huge amount of weight loss. And I feel like even though I weigh more than some people, I'm in the same size as people who weigh less than I do. And I think that has to be about the exercise. So the exercise is often? What is that? Awesome. I'm tired. I usually make my videos way earlier than this. Okay, I need to put my glasses on. Okay, the struggle is real. I have just really hit a struggle point. I feel like I'm coming out of it now, but last week was really tough. I have had a very positive attitude about this for really probably not before I had surgery because I didn't think it was going to work for me, but after surgery, I've pretty much known, okay, this is going to work. I'm going to get to my goal. It's like, it just is. And over the past couple weeks, I have just started to get a little bit scared. I see people, and I am so grateful that people are doing this, but I see people talking about regain. I see people who have, stalled out well before what their goal is. And it's started to kind of freak me out. And add to that, I can eat way more than I used to could. I remember, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that Tanya had posted asking if we felt that how we ate as a weight loss surgery patient was a diet. And my response was, well, no, I don't really think it's a diet because I just eat what I can eat within, the guidelines, but I could never even remotely think about eating 1,200 calories. Yeah, well, and she, I'm sure, snickered at me when I said that because 1,200 calories, yeah, totally can eat that now. And I've also started craving things that I haven't craved in a long time. And it just feels like sitting here at night, and Betty Lou, who's going to teach me how to knit, so hopefully that will take up some of my space. It's like I just want to eat. I want to eat, and I'm not hungry. And it takes me back to that I'm sure I've talked about this before, but the very first orientation I went to, the doctor said, if you eat because you're not hungry, this surgery isn't for you. And I can't even tell you how much that fucking pissed me off. I was like, look around the room. If everybody in here was only eating when they were hungry, they wouldn't be here. Of course we're eating when we're not hungry. And, now I see what he was saying. I still don't think I'd throw that out at the orientation because I do think most people who have weight loss surgery eat when they're not hungry or they wouldn't need weight loss surgery. That's just my 2 cents. But I see that now. I see that I could graze all day. I rewatched, they're doing like a marathon of the My 600 Pound Life shows because the new season's getting ready to start. And when I had watched those before, it was before I had surgery. So I watched them again over the weekend. And, so many of those people really had a problem staying on track. And now I see that. I mean, I see it could be very easy to eat every 15 minutes or whatever and start, I don't know, and gain the weight back or not lose weight or whatever. And I want to eat not every 15 minutes, but if something's really good, I want to eat more of it than I should. And I will often take those bites. That are past the bites that I should have taken, and then I'll feel gross afterwards, but it doesn't necessarily stop me from doing that again. Of course, taking those extra bites is still eating like a quarter of what I used to eat, but anyway, so that had been on my head a lot, and I started to get worried, and I started to doubt myself. And I don't know, it clicked, I think, on Sunday. I actually went to church for the first time in a while, which is really fun because I used to go all the time, and I don't go very often now. So people there haven't seen me. This one older man looked at me, and he hadn't seen me since before surgery, but he knew. I'm very open about the fact that I had surgery, and everybody at church knew that. And he just looked at me and said, "Holy shit, that worked." I was like, thanks. But I guess it did. But the minister, and I'm like a very new agey spiritual church. It's non-denominational. But the minister was talking about the importance of always having the expectation of good. And it sort of kicked me back into where I need to be, to not be fearful of this, and to know that everything's going to work out exactly the way it's supposed to be. But I just wanted to share that because I'm sure I'm not the only one who's feeling that. And you get worried. And it's like, oh, is the honeymoon over? It's harder now than it was. It's way harder. And I want to eat other things. And I know that really nothing makes me sick. I mean, everything will make me sick if I eat too much of it. But there's no food particularly. I can eat sweets. I can drink alcohol. I can eat high-fat food. And it doesn't make me sick. So I've been a little worried about that. What else? I had something else I want to talk about, but I think I'm going to hold it for next time because I don't want this to be 20 minutes long. Just wanted to say how truly blessed I feel to have this YouTube community. Patty and I had lunch today, and I was just kind of teary about the whole thing, because to look back, because we're almost at a year of when we met each other and when we started. I mean, she started dieting before the class, but it's just been like a really incredible year. And I remember she would come into class and she would ask all these questions, and they were really great questions, but none of the rest of us had the sense to ask them. And that's because she was watching YouTube, and she would talk about it, that she was watching these people on YouTube. And the people that I remember her talking about at one of the first things was she met Chris Waffle at a screening of that movie that was on PBS. I can't remember. All of Me, I think it's called. And all I could think of was, Chris Waffle, why is somebody who had weight loss surgeries named Waffle? But anyway, now I know. But she would talk about it, and I would be like, yeah, I don't have time for that. And then when I was recovering after surgery, I started watching. And I think from a support perspective, it is the most important thing that I've done is connect with this community. And I just want to say how much I appreciate everybody, the people who are just starting out, the people who are where I am, the people who are still making videos, even though it's quite a while after their surgeries. And I'm so happy to see some people coming back. I think within the last week, we've seen VSG Bobby and Katie and Lauren. It's just good to see those people coming back. And this has truly been such an accountability and support tool for me. I just want to say thank you to everybody. And then just 2 quick shout outs this week. I want to give a shout out to Jennifer Bleacher. She had a rough week. And I just want to say, I heart you. Is that a heart? And it'll all be okay. And then VSG Bobby, who celebrated his year surgiversary, and he did a great video where he did clips from the whole year. And it's so funny because I know some of the people that I just started watching when I had surgery and didn't really see them overweight. It's like, who is that person? That does not even look like Bobby, but it was. Anyway, you guys all have a fabulous holiday, and we'll talk next week. All right, take care. Bye-bye.